customer service in-house in the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community first-oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Hi guys, what can I get you guys today?
I don't know what to order.
Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa, what is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead-gum meal here at Schatz Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall-darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Schatz is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude. The truth is, there's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid, whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right, I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I'd take a caramel roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, the Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
A 3-game week brings the Minot High Majettes onto their home ice for all 3, starting tonight with the Dickinson Midgets and girls high school hockey. It's a showdown inside of the West region tonight, where the 3-11-1 Midgets come to town to take on the 7-4-2 Minot High Majettes right here on the PSP Network. Welcome into our Shields pregame show here tonight. Shields of Minot and Bismarck has everything you need, from fishing to fashion. Shop hunting gear, sporting goods, fishing gear, clothing, you name it, shoes. They've got it all at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They bring you the pregame show here tonight for North Dakota high school hockey. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday evening. Nick Hulberg alongside of the former Minot High standout, former coach of Minot High School boys, and former coach of the University of Minot State University Women's Beavers program. It's Mr. Tony Swearingen. First things first, I haven't seen you in a minute, man. How are things going?
Yeah, it's been a little bit, and it's nice to be back on the air with you, Nick.
Yeah, it should be a fun week for Minot High girls hockey here this week on their home ice surface tonight, taking on a Dickinson hockey team. We'll get to these standings in a minute, but know this: Minot High currently sits at number 4 inside of the state of North Dakota. It's Dickinson at number 12, winless in conference play for the Midgets here tonight. But I found it interesting earlier when we talked that I said this could be a complete runaway, and you said maybe it won't be, because Dickinson might surprise some people in the showdown. It won't be a cakewalk by any means.
No, I think Minot High's got to take care of business. Obviously, this is a conference matchup, but you can't take this team too lightly. They're very well coached, and they have some pretty good players on their team. Now, I'm not saying that the ice won't be tilted or a little bit in favor of Minot, but they do have a pretty good goalie sitting back there between the pipes, playing backstop. So I mean, they'll be just fine. I think this isn't going to be an easy one for Minot.
Minot High comes into the showdown tonight on that 7-4 record with 2 overtime wins and defeats on the season. You've got Dickinson at 3-11-1 on the year. Let's look at these standings coming into tonight and where the teams in North Dakota fall into place, Tony. And in the conference for North Dakota girls high school hockey, there's no East and West. It's just one across the board. And you look at where we stand right now, it's Fargo North-South, the Spruans with 33 points. They sit at the top of the list right now, Tony. 14 games played for them. They played more than any other team inside of girls high school hockey, which is a factor in this equation. Davies sits with 12 games played. They're 10-2-1-1 on the year. They've got 30 points, 27 points for Mandad. They've played 13 games. Minot High's only played 11 with 25 points, so Minot High still in a hunt here for a regular season title.
Yeah, this stretch of 3 games here this week, this is a very important stretch for Minot High, because they do have 2 games in hand, with just Mandad. And Mandad's just sitting just ahead of them, but they've also played 13 games. So Minot has to have this game, and they have to have the other 2 games the rest of this week to really set themselves up for a good finish coming down the stretch here.
Minot plays Jamestown here on Friday night, and on Saturday, Minot High will host the Fargo Davies Eagles. So that's going to be a good matchup on Saturday as well. You look at the rest of these standings, you've got United at 5, Grand Forks at 6, Williston at 7, Century's at number 8 and climbing, Bismarck High Legacy at 9, Jamestown at 10, Devils Lake at 11, and Dickinson in the bottom of the barrel at 0-10 inside the conference. Coaches might say something different than a broadcaster like me or you, but you want to win a regular season championship, because that's going to allow you the home ice advantage. Obviously, a banner that you get to hang. In your mind, is this a must-win tonight in a situation like this for Minot High School?
Well, I think every game for Minot High from here on out is a must-win. They really have to set themselves up, especially with the state hockey tournament coming back here to Minot at the end of the year. They, home ice advantage. I mean, they're going to have it regardless through the tournament, but just having that confidence going into it, knowing that, we set ourselves up. So even if the tournament wasn't here, they set themselves up to have that confidence in a different barn.
The Midgets, on the other hand, coached by Lance Knudsen, 0-10 right now inside of the conference coming into tonight. You've been a part of winning teams, championship teams. You've been a part of losing teams as well. The record isn't everything in the development of young ladies and athletes across the board, of course. We know that. However, they want to win. How do they approach tonight's matchup, and what does this game mean for Dickinson here tonight?
I think for Dickinson, you just kind of have to take a step back in that situation. It's tough to be in that situation, but you're building depth, and this 1 year isn't going to bring down an entire hockey program. So, I mean, you got to start building these younger players and start developing them and for the future. And, I think that looking at Dickinson's youth program, they got some girls coming up that are really going to help them in the future. So they need to make sure that these young girls on this roster that are currently playing now continue to develop. And I think with the coaching staff, I know them both, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're developing this group of girls.
Should be a fun one tonight, nevertheless. Doesn't matter if it's number 1 and 2 in the state or number 4 and 10. Girls high school hockey, always fun to watch. And tonight we bring it to you live on the PSP Network. Minot High girls basketball is at Bismarck tonight, taking on the Demons. So are the boys. That game's on the PSP Network. Both of those are tonight as well. Todd Domries and Joe Cattell have the call on the PSP Network tonight. If you're looking for that matchup here, to watch them on the PSP Network side by side, if you'd like tonight. When Tony and I come back to our Shills pregame show, we're going to dive further into the numbers of the showdown. We'll get set for the starting lineups. We'll have the national anthem, and then the opening draw comes your way tonight from the Pepsi Rink here at the Maysa Arena.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
A WDA hockey showdown in girls hockey tonight on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg, Tony Swearingen on the call live from the Pepsi Rink at Maysa Arena. Welcome back into tonight's Shields pregame show. Shields of Minot and Bismarck has everything you need from fishing to fashion. Stop into Shields and Minot, the brand new location. That place is fantastic. Bismarck, always great. Have you been into the new Shields yet here in Minot?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's nice.
It's really nice. You can spend some time in there and some cash. I've been saying it for the last month. I ended up about exactly a month now. I got 2 gift cards from Christmas that I haven't used at Shields yet. I don't know. They're just burning a hole in my pocket here tonight, Tony. Shields of Minot and Bismarck, proud to bring you high school athletics on the PSP Network. Tony, let's dive further into the showdown here tonight, to this dive into the matchup tonight, presented by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage, helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. It's Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Let's start by the numbers here, starting with the visiting Dickinson Midgets. They've been outscored on the season 34-60 on the year. That's a -26 rating for them. They scored 2.3 per night, and they give up 4 goals per game on average. For the Magi, they come in with 28 goals on the year. They've given up 21 on the season. That's a margin of +7. They average 2 goals per game, and they only give up 1.5, and that's because of Jillian Ackerman's 94.6% save percentage and her 136 goals against average. Ackerman has been outstanding for Minot High on the season. Tonight she goes against Olivia Vega, the sophomore. 12 games played for her, 3.53 goals against average and an 88.6 save percentage. It's fair to say that coming into tonight that we would expect Vega to have quite a bit more work tonight than Jillian Ackerman.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be put to the test, and Jilly's got to, it's almost sometimes harder for a goalie that has a better team in front of her to stay focused and ready and into the game. But Jilly, she's the consummate professional on this team back there as their backstop for Minot, and she'll be ready to go.
Let's take a look at some of the other numbers here in this showdown tonight. Some of the girls to watch for in this contest. Let's start with the Midgets from Dickinson. 14 points on the year for Jenna Decker. She's got 8 goals on the season. She leads the way for the Midgets here in 22-23. She's a junior forward that's played in all 13 games. Next in line, 11 points here for Kendall Peterson. 6 goals, 5 assists for her on the season. 7 points on the year for Sierra Ratz. And 6 points on the year for Britton coming in, the sophomore wearing number 19 here tonight. You look at Minot High and what they bring to the table tonight. They've got some girls that could get the job done. Peyton Lang, 14 points for her on the year, leads the Magi in goals. She's got 7. It's Taylor Culp that's got 13 points on the year, 5 goals, 8 assists for her. Just had a college signing. Congratulations to her.
Yes, that's a very big deal. And, if you look a little bit further down there, Bryn Hansen after last weekend, boy, she really came into her own last weekend. She had a hat-trick game against Devils Lake, and then came back the next day and had a couple of points as well, and she's really come into her own, and it's nice to kind of spread that out. You're not depending just on those two big names.
Yeah, Hansen with 11 points coming into tonight's showdown. Next in line for Minot High, kind of falls off a bit. Eve Schlinn's got 6 on the year, then a handful of others that have 5 or less coming into the showdown here tonight. The Midgets come to the ice, so do the Majettes. We'll have the official introductions coming up in just a moment. We'll come back with our starting lineups and our keys to the game here tonight as we'll break this one down on the PSP Network. The Midgets are in town to take on the Majettes tonight on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to...
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Playing of our nation's national anthem tonight here at the Pepsi Rink at Maysa Arena as we get set and ready for the showdown tonight between Minot High and Dickinson, a girls high school hockey here on the PSP Network. This is our Shields pregame show here tonight. Nick Hulberg and Tony Swearingen again on the call. Tony, let's take a look at those keys to the game tonight. Keys to the game delivered here tonight by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air, where you can seal your heating and air game. First, for the Magi, we had defend. For the Midgets, we had opportunities. Let's start with Minot High and looking to defend here tonight, something that was a point of emphasis after last week.
Yeah, I think for Minot High, it's very important to start defending and transitioning a little bit faster in their own end and in the neutral zone. Take advantage of some opportunities where maybe the other team is changing or stuck out on a long shift, and you know, I sure hope that they got some stuff corrected there, and I'm sure they did, but you know, it'll be nice to see if they can do that.
For the Midgets, they got to capitalize on their opportunities here tonight. That's fair to say coming into this showdown. They might not have many in the showdown against number 4 Minot High, but when they get them, they've got to be good.
Yeah, they have to capitalize every single time. It's going to be a tight physical game, and you know, Dickinson can defend, and they got some players that can play too, but when they get their opportunities, they're definitely going to have to capitalize.
Off the opening draw, Minot High had possession. They go into the offensive zone here with Cope. Off to play at Concordia. Set down front, comes back to the line. Here's a drive into the glove. It goes, and the first save of the game made by the Dickinson net keeper, Olivia Vagan. She comes up with her first save in tonight's showdown. Vagan, the sophomore goaltender, as mentioned in the pregame tonight, .353 goals against average and an .886 save percentage. She comes into tonight's showdown playing all but 2 of the games here in the 22-23 campaign here for the Midgets. Off the draw, Dickinson's going to take the puck, and they're going to skate it out to center. This one will come in right towards the right to the Minot High netminder that gets her first career start. Promise of Phelps, the sophomore, goes tonight for Minot High. No numbers to report for her, as Ackerman has played in every single game this season here for the Majettes.
Yeah, Permissa, you know, I had the pleasure of coaching Permissa the last couple of years down in the youth program, and she's a very stellar goaltender. She won us a lot of games in her career there, and last year she finished with a 94.4 save percentage. So I mean, she can stand in there with the best of them as well.
Big pad save from there as the shot came out right in the center slot. The opportunity was on the doorstep, but the save was made as Patterson fired it towards the net. Taken here by Minot High now, and Fagerlund will take it away to the far side wing. Goes back up to the neutral ice zone. This puck's going to roll all the way down. Will we have an icing? And we will. That icing brought to you by Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza at 701-852-1700. Call and order now. If you haven't tried that Blue Buffalo pizza, I'm telling you, you will be satisfied. Planet Pizza in the Magic City, proudly serving Minot for around 25 years. Planet Pizza with the largest laser tag playground in the region and the best pizza on the planet. It's Planet Pizza. Talk about a sophomore goaltender getting her first start, playing behind a kid in Jillian Ackerman, who's got 12 career shutouts coming in 2.5 seasons here for Minot High, who played behind Amber Borkus, who was the main horse for Minot High that carried the workload back in Ackerman's sophomore campaign. The 3 games that Jillian Ackerman played in, Tony, she ended up in her freshman season. She ended up playing in 3. She only gave up 1 goal in her freshman year. The other 2 were shutouts for her. 12 total here tonight. How much pressure does that put on a kid like Phelps here tonight coming in?
You know, I don't think it puts much pressure on her at all, just knowing the fact that she's got nothing to lose. I mean, she can go out there and play loose, and you know, she's been here before. She's, you know, I know it hasn't been for Minot High, but she's won some big games in her playing career, so she'll be just fine.
Puck's up top here for the Majettes. They work it across from Vanova. Back at the point, it came down to Kirsten, and Kirsten sends it in with the help of Burke, and Macy Burke put it on goal. Third save of the game here early on for Vagan, and the puck comes back up to neutral, where it's taken here by Burke, and Burke tried to throw it back into the zone. She gets some help now from Swearingen, the 8th grader there to help out for Minot High. Sorry, that's 18 rather, my apologies. That's Vanova, comes back up to center now. taken at the neutral ice zone, and it comes back into the possession here for Minot High's Vanova, who turns the ball around and starts the rush up through center. Puck's taken away there, and it comes back away down to Jenna Decker, the leading point getter here for Dickinson. She dumps it in, and down to the corner it wins. Puck comes away down for the Majettes. They try to clear it out of their own zone, held in there. The puck's going to come back all the way down behind the Minot High net. Comes away to the near side. Here come the Majettes up to center. They move and groove now here with Maysa Burke. Burke steps in on the one-on-one. Burke fires it on angle. Blocker save there. Side of the net set back towards the goal. And shot number 4 of the hockey game here tonight registered on. Not getting the official credit on the board. Vangan early. She's only got 2 registered on the official score shot. Here's a shot on goal, and Cope puts that one on the ice through the 5-hole. And Cope finds herself goal number 6 on the season as she tucks it home, and the Majettes lead 1-0.
Yeah, you know, I was just about to start talking about how Minot High just seemed like they were a little slow in transition and having a hard time getting out of their D zone, and you know they were able to capitalize on a great play down low, and you know Cope just finished his 5-hole there. You know, Vagan would like to have that back, but you know that's a tough one to save when it comes off the stick fast.
Cope gets her first goal of the game, signed this week again to play at Concordia. Let's listen in. That's Cope from Lang, and Minot High takes an early 1-0 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Big thanks to Bob Gillen at North Dakota High School Hockey.com, by the way, for bringing you the stats here tonight to the website North Dakota High School Hockey.com, proudly being the state statistician for hockey for 25 years. Here's a shot that was knocked down, that one off of Swearingen. It goes up the far side wall, held in there by Sydney Barch. Comes up back to the line where it's taken down by Barkley. And Barkley threw it off the end boards. The Karam came out front, and falling on top of it was Vagan. She hangs on to it. And the faceoff will come on the sophomore netminder's glove side here with 12:25 to play in our opening period.
Yeah, and Dickinson's done a pretty nice job up to this point, keeping the puck outside the faceoff dots in Minot's offensive zone. And you know, when they get the puck above the tops of the circles, they gotta get that puck out of the zone.
Swearingen from the circle fired in, and the glove save was made there as going down. Vagan makes another stop here for the Dickinson Midgets. Good quality scoring chance there from the low circle. In on the draw. Face-off controlled here by the Midgets, and they're going to take it here up to Vogelsang, and it comes back into the possession now for Dickinson as they try to clear the zone. They will. They throw it up with Britton. She went out to center with it. Right back in goes Minot High, and down and on the attack. Come the Majettes where it's taken and sent up off the glass. Held it at the point. Thrown towards the net. That one went through the goal mouth and down to the corner. Into help out for Minot High. This is Burke. Puck is going to be bumped back up to center. Comes down to Kinsey Field, and Field will just dish it down into the corner again. 11 minutes, 46 seconds to play opening period. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, it's Minot High leading 1-0, and they will get the first power play of the night as there's a body checking call as the Majettes power play comes out onto the ice and into the box for the body check. Will go number 8. That's Lexi Hall. Easy call there for Eric Steele.
Yeah, and Hall's very lucky that that's the first penalty of the game, because I think that could have possibly been a few extra minutes there. They could have called a check from behind or something on that one. And you know, it's good to see Campbell jumped up right away on her feet, and she's okay.
Eric Steele with Nick Schmitz are the officials for tonight. You've got Jake Stack and Chad Love as the linesmen here for tonight's showdown.
It's the all-star crew.
They got a good crew here tonight. Puck's taken back up to the line where it's held by the Majettes. Barch handles here. Dropped it off. Came into the possession now for Fagerlund back in front. Fagerlund's got it. Big pad save. Comes back to Barch. Tried to tuck it in underneath the pillows. And Vega goes down. She's going to hang on to it. Another opportunity there for the Majettes, but the sophomore netminder for the Midgets makes the save.
Yeah, and I think Fagerlund would have liked to have that opportunity back, maybe get a little bit more on it. But that was a nice move, nice scissor cycle at the blue line with her and Sydney Barch, and it worked across to Cope, and Cope got it right back on her stick in the slot, and that's a heck of a good opportunity.
Arch down low, sent in front, open out in front of the cage was Field, but it's taken there. And we go back down for the Midgets as they send it in from Jenna Decker. Then back in behind, it comes down for Minot High's Barch. Gets it off to Cope, the captain here for the Majettes. She turns the motor on up the near wall. She can play a little more loose as well now, signing for her college intent to play. Cope sends it out front, opening home as she tried to feed it off to Lang. Back at the point, Barch handles here, sends it over, this one off the glass, dropped down into the corner for Hansen. Hansen's got it, goes underneath the goal now. Lang surveys, Lang's gonna walk out like Ovechkin, fires, that one just missed. Cope's got it down low. Here's Cope, threw it out in front, all wide open. On the doorstep knocking was Hansen, just couldn't pull the trigger on it. And it's taken and flipped out of there by the Midgets. All the way down it comes after Sierra Rant sent it down. 41 seconds of power play time remains here for the Majettes. They send this one up through the neutral ice zone. It will come all the way down for an icing. And that icing brought to you by our friends at Jersey Mike Subs. Jersey Mike Subs is a sub above. You can vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network. This week's Player of the Week nominees are Derek Dissett from Minot High Basketball, Maggie Fricky from Minot High, Alex Dvorak from Dickinson Boys Basketball, and Bergen Kinnebrew from Century Girls Basketball. Did you see what Derek Dissett did last week for Minot High?
I did. That was very, very impressive.
What a bad break on the week for one of those kids, only for the fact that all three of them are going to go against each other on this week's Player of the Week. Here's a wraparound, came through the blue paint. It went just wide. Minot High works it back up top. Swearingen's got it here, sends it across, drifted down to the corner, handling down low now here for Minot High is Vanova. She tried to go back with it, take it away there, and it comes away to Hendrickson. Dickinson's at full strength. They go 1 for 1 on the kill here tonight. Minot still leads by a score of 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. This puck comes all the way down, and we will have an icing on the play. That icing brought to you by the UPS store located on South Broadway in the Magic City. The UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs.
Yeah, Minot High's doing a pretty nice job right now, just sustaining pressure. And both power play units got a couple of opportunities each. So, I mean, it's one of those deals where, you'd like to see them convert on their every power play, but the fact that they're getting those opportunities means they're going to eventually start happening here soon.
Puck's underneath the net. Midgets take it. Back to those kids last week, and they're up for our Player of the Week. Derek Dissett broke the Minot High school record for the most points in a career. Matt Whitwer held that record for 20 years, all the way back to 2003. Derek Dissett surpassed the 1,360 points that Whitwer had. And then 2 nights later, he ended up breaking the all-time single game high that was held since 1944 when he scored 45. You think 45's a lot? How do you like Alex Dvorak down in Dickinson? Scored 58 points the other night against the Watford City Wolves in a big-time win for the number 5 ranked Midgets inside of Class A basketball in the West region.
That's almost impossible to do in high school basketball.
It really is. When that popped up on my Twitter feed, there was a picture of him holding a basketball, and I thought, all right, what's this? I clicked on it. It had 58 written on it, and I thought, holy goodness, here's a drive out in front. Big save there. Fagan comes up and got the pillow in the way of that one with the glove. 8:30 to play here in this opening period. Midgets with the puck again. They come up the near side wing. It's Peterson trying to send it out of there for the Midgets. It's going to come back away from Minot High and sit down front. One timer. Oh, a give and go. The shot to the goal as Bryn Hansen tucks it home. And it is a 2-0 hockey game on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, that's what you call a point streak now. Bryn's had a hat trick, a couple of goals in the second game last weekend, and now another one tonight. And I tell you what, it's fun to watch her. I had the privilege of coaching her last year as well. And you want to talk about a really good athlete. I mean, she's a state champ in track, cross country. She won a state championship for the U19 hockey team last year, and she's putting on a clinic now this year, and it's fun to watch.
Minot High's power play 0 for 1 on the first one, but they get a goal moments after as Bryn Hansen puts it into the net. Her 12th point of the year. And the freshman starting to climb the ladder here for Minot High in that points chase to be at the top of the list.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of a slow start for her on the season, you know, getting on the point. It took her a while to get her first goal, and then when she did finally crack that first one, it was almost like there was no more pressure, and now it's just easy.
Puck comes away here to the Majettes. They take it into offensive territory. Tonight's game brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics, by the way. Prestwich Orthodontics can be found at minotbraces.com. Let's listen in.
Number 3, Brett Benson. With the assistant, number 16, Peyton Lang. Number 17, Bailey Cope.
16 from 17. Lang and Cope, the two that are above her in that scoring chase, help on the goal here for Hansen. And the freshman for Minot High picks up number 7 on the year. And the Majettes lead 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. If you're Dickinson right now trying to weather this storm that is Minot High, out shooting them 10-2, is there anything they could change right now at this moment?
They have to kind of go into a defensive shield here now and just get control of their defensive zone again, because early in this first period they were doing a much better job, and as the period has wore on, they've kind of gotten a little bit tired, and you can see the legs are starting to slow down, and now Minot's just buzzing them.
Vegan's played well so far here tonight. She's going to get a workout here in this hockey game. Minot High on pace for around 50 shots here in this showdown. The bench is short for the Midgets as well, compared to Minot High. 13 players on the roster here for the Midgets coming into tonight's showdown. Puck comes back up to the line for the Majettes. Here's a drive on goal. Comes around for Cope underneath. Cope back behind the net to Lang. Comes away to the near side, and it's going to be taken here by the Midgets, trying to push it out and throwing it up the near side. Wing was Tabor, comes back away up to the line where it's going to be held there and sent back in by Field. Once again underneath the net. Cope's got it back in behind the goal. Taken away to the far side. It's grabbed up here by Hall, and Hall tried to work it up the wall. Back underneath the goal line now. It's pushed and held here by Vogelsang. Vogelsang's got it back with a backhand. She threw it up, but now it's sailed out of there by Jenna Decker. In the one-on-one drill up into the neutral ice zone we go, where it was handled by Fitteman just for a moment, but Minot High's Field took it away. Majettes have real estate now with Erickson, and Erickson tries to push it out of the zone. Comes back down to the Midgets. Nice little rush coming here out front. Handling there was Britton. She couldn't keep a handle on it, and Minot High will escape the zone with it. Nice back check and the hustle there coming from Fitteman, the junior. Fitteman's going to take it here. She can skate. She's on the far side wall. It's tied up there. Majettes have possession. No, they don't. It's a scrum now. Minot High's got it. They throw it out front, right in front of the net. It comes. It's going to be dropped aside. Here's a shot that hit the side of the cage as it was fired on there from Campbell Johnson. Johnson back in after it to help for Minot High as it's pushed up off the wall here by the Midgets. At the line, comes away here to Dickinson. They're going to send it up to the neutral ice territory, but it's held before it gets there at the point. Vandervenke comes back away down to Minot High, and they handle here with Kirsten. Up to center, the motor's on here for Jenna Decker, and Decker's in. Decker walks down, fires, and first quality shot on goal comes tonight as Decker sends it in. And Phelps will make the save.
Yeah, Minot's just got to be a little careful here. You know, their shifts are getting a little bit long. They can almost sense the fact that they got Dickinson on their heels, and if they get stuck in the offensive zone too long without a change, you know, that's when bad things can happen in transition. So Minot's got to be careful with that.
Shot comes in, and from the line, Dickinson's on the board as Alexis Hughes sends it in from the point, and Hughes will score. That's Hughes' first of the season.
Yeah, that was just, you know, you lose a face-off clean like that, and it goes straight back and shot on net, and nobody gets out there to get a stick on it or a body in front of it, and it's going to go on. It's going to go in the back of the net, especially if Permissa can't see it.
Hughes is the one that escaped the pile first as if to say she's the one that will get the official tally. Did anybody touch it in front is the question. Here's Swearingen that's got it here. You talked about the opportunities for the Midgets earlier on tonight, and I have to assume that's exactly what you're talking about right there, are those opportunities.
Yeah, when you get a clean face-off win like that, you got to take advantage of it and get a shot on net, and that's exactly what they did. And you know, if you set enough traffic in front, you got a chance that it might find eyes and get in the back of the net. So
Swearingen on the near wall, battling forward for the Majettes. Out with it, sent down in front of the cage. Comes here and sent all the way down. The Midgets will sail it away with Vogelsang. That icing brought to you by our friend Mason Kramer at Mason Kramer Photography. Let's listen in. Here's the official goal call. Hughes from Peterson, and we've got ourselves a 2-on hockey game on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Minot High still on top of this one. Shots are 13-3. Majettes comes away down and deep as it comes back to Cope. Cope's got it here. Into the circle, into the slot for just a moment. Still scrubbing for it. Cope's going to win that battle. She takes it underneath the net. Comes away to the near wing now where it goes there off of Oceana Rice. Cope gets it back down low. Give and go comes here off of it. Went for Hansen, and Hansen's got it underneath where she goes back down the leg. Laying back behind the goal. This one pushed around by the Midgets all the way to the far side wing. Decker trying to clear in to hold the point for Minot High as field. And it's pushed back up to center where Minot High has to regroup here with Piper Erickson. Erickson back up. Sent across from Hansen. Retrieved at center now as it comes away here to Lang. She goes back over to Field, and Field shuffles it up the wall where it comes to Cope, and she darts it in. Back in after it for the Midgets. DeBoer down and deep. She's got Hansen on top of her. Back up to the line, held and delivered back down into the corner. 2:43 to play, opening period. Minot High up 2-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Visit them online, bnc.bank. Puck's taken in deep. Tied up on the wall. Comes around here to the near wing where Oceana Rice has it. She goes up to center. And back away with it comes Kinsey Field, who's going to take it and send it right in. Field sends it down. We're down to 2:15 to play, opening period. Back around, back behind the net. Shot came in. Loose there in the circle. Here's a drive. That one sailed just wide from Campbell Johnson. Off the dasher. Holding the zone, Erickson. 2-for-2 scrum on the wall. Erickson still trying to hold the zone here for Minot High School. Puck inside the blue line where it sits here with under 2 to play in the first. This one comes back behind the net. In on the retrieve now. This is Lexi Hall. She goes away up to Decker, but it's taken and sent right back in with the backhand pitchfork there from Kirsten. Back behind her own net. Tabor's got it here. Puck's taken there and sent all the way down. This is Britt that sails it all the way down for an icing. That icing brought to you by Hub International Insurance. Call Hub International Insurance today for all your personal and business insurance needs. It's Hub International, where you can reach Josh Cattell or Michael Mormon at 355-3100. Hub International Insurance. I haven't seen you since the matchup out at the All Seasons Arena where Minot High took on Fargo North South. At that time, that was a matchup of number 1 and 2 of the state. You didn't get sick after that, did you, by chance?
No, I did not. I heard you had a heck of a time.
I certainly did. First time in my 20-year announcing career, I had to leave during the game. I didn't even finish the boys' matchup that night. Flu going around just a bit. And thankfully, I'm back to 100%. It's not an invite to scoot any closer, however. Here's a drive that comes in. And Hagen makes the save, goes back away to the far side. Chipped out of there by the Midgets. We're under a minute to play in the opening period. And back to retrieve in her own territory. Kirsten sends it here to the near side where she goes off to Eve Slid. Slid handles here. She goes up over the red line, trying to feed it off to Cope. Comes away to the near wall where it's taken here by Peterson. Down to half a minute to play, opening period tonight at the Pepsi Rink. In the dot, comes away here, fired back up. Roller will come down. This won't get there for an icing. All right, kids, get ready to cut them down. We're at 17 seconds right now. Puck's taken away here on the near side. Bumped up by Cope, tried to clear, holding the line nicely. There was Hughes. And it's Minot High with possession again. And one more opportunity coming for the Magi, but there will be a tripping call coming here with 1.8 seconds left in our opening period. And there's a tripping call that will be charged on who will it be for the Midgets. I didn't catch a number. It doesn't look like Nick Schmitz did either. Into the box on the 2-minute tripping call. We'll go number 3. This is Shea Finneman.
Yeah, I guess I didn't catch the number either. I saw it happen too, and I couldn't tell. There were sticks flying everywhere.
1.8 left here in the first period. Magette power play comes out, but the horn will sound. And we're through one tonight as the Majettes lead the Dickinson Midgets 2-1 on the VNC National Bank scoreboard. Stick around for our premier chiropractic intermission report. When we come back, we'll break down the opening period of play tonight on the PSP Network. 2-1 Magi on top.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Crestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
One period in the books tonight. Minot High leading Dickinson 2-1 on the PNC National Bank scoreboard. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. Before our game reset, let's bring in Tony Swearingen for the analysis of that first period of play here tonight. Minot out shooting Dickinson by a margin of 14-3. But we've got a 2-1 hockey game. Your thoughts overall in the first?
Well, I think the biggest thing right now is Minot High's got to figure out a way to get the other lines producing. You know, you can't depend on just those 3 girls, Hansen, Cope, and Lang to produce all your points for you. So they're going to have to figure out a way to get that second and that third line producing and, you know, and stretch this thing out. You know, as far as Dickinson goes, boy, they locked her down early in that period, and then towards the second half of the period, Minot did a nice job of sustaining pressure in the Dickinson zone, where they struggled a little bit, though I thought they got a little bit sloppy and a little careless with the puck, and that's going to happen when you constantly have possession of it. You know, those little things are going to start to scream at you.
Let's take a look at the Premier Chiropractic first period numbers. Premier Chiropractic home to Dr. Becky Perry-Domries, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Kirk Mason. They can be found online at premierchiropracticnd.com. 14 shots in the first period, 12 saves here for Vangan. She was big in the first period. She played very well in that first, definitely standing tall for the Midgets. For Minot High, the goaltender saves in the first period. Phelps ended up with 3 shots coming her way. She stopped 2 of them. Minot High went 0 for 1 on the power play. They'll start the second with a power play for a minute 59. Dickinson didn't have any power plays in that first period. And it was Minot that got on the board first with Taylor Cope recently signing at Concordia to play college hockey. And Cope on the season That's goal number 6. Point number 14. She's assisted on the play by Peyton Lang. Team high 15 points for Lang. Lang and Culp are in on the next one, as it's Bryn Hansen that buries her 7th of the year. And Hansen ties the team high with Lang now for the most points in the goal category. That's point number 12 on the season for her. So you've got 12, 13, and 14. 11, 13, and 14 coming into tonight for the top 3 for Minot High, and Culp and Lang each add an extra to their season totals. 15 for Lang now, 14 for Culp, and 12 now here for Bryn Hansen. Dickinson got on the board at 4:34 remaining in the period. It was Alexis Hughes from the point, her first goal of the season, and Hughes was assisted on the play by number 16, Kendall Peterson. Peterson with 12 points on the year, Hughes with 6 total. And that's where we stand at the end of one period played, 2-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Any adjustments for Dickinson after the first?
You know, it's a tough position that they're in right now, especially with Minot sustaining as much pressure as they are sustaining. You know, I think for Dickinson, when you get the opportunity to get the puck out, you got to start getting it out, you know, and not necessarily icing the puck either. You don't want to do that, but you got to find those soft spots in behind the D and maybe chip it off the glass and out, or, you know, up the middle of the ice. But you don't want to start taking faceoffs in your own end either, because so it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to that. But you know, Dickinson did exactly what we said they needed to do in the pregame show. You know, they got to take advantage of their opportunities, and they had that offensive zone face-off. They won it clean and a shot from the point, and they took full advantage of an offensive zone face-off. And, you know, Minot's got to clean that portion of their game up here going forward if they're going to have success later on in the season.
If you're Chris Stokey and Minot High's co-head coach, New Hoffland, are you satisfied where you're at the end of the first?
No, I wouldn't be. I don't think they are either, and they shouldn't be. There's, like I said, you can't depend on 3 players to getting all your points, and they got to figure out a way to get these other lines producing, and I don't know what the solution is. So they got a tall task ahead of them.
It's 2-1 at the end of one. Quick look at those standings again, presented by North Dakota High School Hockey.com. Minot High in 4th right now, 25 points for them. The lead is 33, and that's the Spruance from Fargo North South. Minot with 2 games in hand. 3 games in hand on the top team inside the state of North Dakota. Dickinson in the cellar at 0-10. It is a big one tonight here on the PSP Network, and we sure appreciate you folks for joining us. We've got some big news. It was announced last night the WDA basketball tournament will return to the PSP Network at the Bismarck Event Center coming up the first weekend in March. We'll have full coverage wall-to-wall on the PSP Network coming your way starting in early March. Update from Minot High girls basketball tonight. Speaking of which, they're at Bismarck High playing on the PSP Network tonight. They lead 43-32 over the Demons from Bismarck. The boys play tonight as well in the capital city. One more break on our premier chiropractic intermission report. When we come back, we'll face off the second. It's 2-1 at the end of 17 minutes here tonight. Minot High in the driver's seat.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
The Majettes come back to the ice. The Midgets are already out and awaiting the arrival of Minot High. 2-1 at the end of one period of play here tonight on the PSP Network. Time for our second period of play, brought to you tonight by our friends at Planet Pizza, proudly serving the Magic City for 25 years with the largest laser tag playground in the region. And mouth-watering pizza. Try that Blue Buffalo if you haven't already done so. Planet Pizza brings you the second period here tonight on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg and Tony Swearingen here on the call tonight. Dickinson's in orange. If you're just joining us, it's Minot High and their home whites. If you're just tuning in tonight on the PSP Network, if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit like and follow on the PSP Network social media platforms and hit subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. PSP Network, where it's always game day. Minot High starts on the power play. And we're underway for the second, and off the opening draw of the second, the puck is hammered into the zone there by the Midgets and Sierra Rats. Back behind the Minot High net. It's taken here by Cope, and she'll start the motor. A lot of water on the ice right now to start this second period. I don't know if they put too much on or what the situation was.
Yeah, it's tough to say, but I've been noticing that quite a bit here as of late. You know, it doesn't freeze as fast in those ends, and I know the officials want to get these games moving, but you know, it's kind of a safety hazard. You know, that puck stops fast, the player drops their head, and another player comes in, especially on the men's side. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Puck's out in front, shot the same, rebound comes away there. And back at the line, Barch will hold it. She sends it back in, sent up to the point. Cope's got it here. Minute 8 remains a power play time. Cope shuffles across. Oh, one-time opportunity just missed there for Barch, and it's taken here by the Midgets. They've got it with Hughes. She goes up to the point at the line. It comes out. Minot High's going to have to touch up. Barch will handle here, and Barch moves it forward. Off come the Majettes into the zone. This is Hansen trying to feed it across on the dish there. Fagerlund had it just for a moment, and then right back out to center again. 40 seconds of power play time as Cope skates it in. The All-State player fired it down. She just missed on the blocker side. Held it at the line here from the Majettes, and it's Hansen up top that's got it. Still having it tied up here. 25 seconds of power play time remains. Across it comes. Barch makes a move. She'll step in, fires. Excuse me, she just missed wide. And the puck comes back away underneath the goal line.
Yeah, Minot's doing a pretty good job of sustaining some pressure, but you know, this power play unit's been out there for almost the full 2 minutes. You know, you'd like to see him maybe switch it up a little bit sooner and see if we can't get something going with this other line. You know, see if we can't get something going. But
taken there by Swearingen. She sent it out in front. Great play there. It was fired on by Hammer. Hammer fired it off the pad, and Hammer's got it again underneath. Here's Hammer down low, pinned up in deep, comes away out front. Poked at there, comes away to center ice for the Midgets, and right back in come the Majettes here with Kinsey Field. Field sends it in. Dump and chase is on here for the Majettes. Fields back behind her own net. Sends it out front. Comes up to the line. Vadova's got it. And Vadova takes it down into the corner. Vadova's got it down below the net. Wraps it around. Side of the cage. Oh, right on the doorstep. Here's another drive. Swearingen sent it in. Fagan on top of it. She's going to hang on to it. Good pressure there from the Majettes. And like sharks in water smelling blood, they had the opportunity.
Yeah, that was a nice job. And, Kinsey Field, she enters the zone there, takes it wide all the way down. Had some very nice patience going behind the net and waiting to try to set somebody up in front. She made a nice pass out front, just the forward wasn't quite ready for it.
Vadova in on the draw for Minot High. But winning it back for the Midgets there was 16 on the other side. That's Peterson. And now it's pushed up to center where it's taken by Minot High. And they come back in the other direction here with Macy Burke. Burke's got it. Sends it out front. Here's a drive coming. That one knocked out. Hit to Bohr. Comes underneath the net. Minot High with possession again. And it's Burke back in behind. Back away now it comes to Vadova. Vadova spins it back and bounces it off the end boards. Where in after it is Campbell Johnson. Johnson tied up in deep. Vadova in to help out. Midgets are out with it. This is Peterson. Peterson still trying to push out of the zone. Comes back away now into the possession here for the Majettes at center. They bumped this one off the wall. And it comes back away here where it's going to be taken right in front of us in the penalty box area. Comes back down into Dickinson territory. And out with it comes Cope from the corner. Cope, on-angle shot, fired it off the side of the net. Tried to send it out front. She did, but unable to get a stick on it was Hansen. Minot High's top two lines going back to back here. Here's a drive from the point. It comes away down a leg, sends it out front, and it's taken away here. Midgets have possession, and Peterson goes out to center with it. Cope trying to take it from her. Taken here by Field. Minot turns and goes now up the neutralized territory. Taken there by Decker on the other side. She moved it ahead, and now Field's going to take it back behind her own net to reset the Magi breakout. Up it comes, goes off of Lang. Now to Hansen to Cope. They go tic-tac-toe up through center. Cope made a move, and then the defense was on there. Nice play from Alexis Hughes. But the puck will come out of the zone and back in, I believe, and offsides is the call. 12:30 left here in the second. Shots are 19-3, Minot leading, and they lead 2-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Got to tell you a story about a good friend of yours, Don Rosted, the other night. I hear this song, The Eye of the Tiger. Donnie was one of the best Minot High goaltenders in the boys' high school hockey world for many years. Followed up by names like Martin Jackson, who still has the all-time goals against average record at Minot High, and Dave Wilson, Lane Johnson, Bray Efforts, plenty of them in the boys program. But Don Rosted was my idol back in the day. In the pregame show for boys hockey the other night, Matt Morelli asked me if it was Rooster down there, Don Rosted's nickname, and I looked down in the penalty box, and I said, no, that's not Rooster, that's actually some woman down there. And it turns out halfway through the first period, what I thought was a woman turned around and it was Rooster waving up at me saying hello. And I was laughing pretty good. I couldn't help myself. I had to tell the story. And after the game, I saw Donnie and said, hey, I have to tell you something. And he goes, I already heard. My wife watches every game, he said. And we had a pretty good laugh about that.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got a good sense of humor. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, he certainly does. Puck's back in behind the Dickinson net. Minot's going to take it away with Cope here. Cope goes down. Puck is freed down to Barch down in deep, and Barch soccers it forward to herself. Sydney Barch, the sophomore from Minot High, one of the better skaters for the Majettes. Good on that back end. Out comes Hansen. Hansen on angle out front. Lang, oh, she sent it over the net. Had the opportunity on the side of the goal, but she sailed it high and wide. Comes back away down here to Minot High, and underneath it comes for Cope. Cope sticks it out, comes back up top. Here's a drive coming through traffic, rebound in front, and the shot comes in from Lang, and Minot High leads 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, Peyton Lang being rewarded for all her hard work down there in front of the net, getting beat up a little bit, and digging pucks out. She almost had one earlier in that shift, and it's nice to see her get one in there.
Peyton Lang for Minot High, a 3-point night for her. And the Majettes lead 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Let's listen in.
6:07 in the second period. Number 16, Peyton Lane. With an assist from number 17, Taylor Cope, and number 10, Katie Harris.
16, 17, and 10 on the goal for Minot High. Garris had the other assist along with Cope. Garris moves it up here to Swearingen. She goes across the zone over to the far side. In come the Majettes, and they're on the attack again. Vadova will be the first one down in after it. On the season, for the Dickinson Midget goaltender Vagan, she's seen plenty of shots, Tony. 377 total on the year, coming in 12 games. She stopped 334 of them for an 88% save percentage. She's been impressive here tonight. She's had a workload against one of the more high-powered offenses in the state of North Dakota that had two girls from a year ago that were in the top 10 in scoring in Cope and Lang.
Yeah, and then you just add Britt Hansen to that force, and that line gets even more deadly. And you know that she's had her hands full with that line tonight. They've done all the scoring so far, and I suspect they're probably not done. So she just better buckle up and continue to play the way she's playing.
Hard to hang in there as a goaltender and keep your mentality right when the red lamp gets turned on behind you.
Yeah, that's a tough deal.
Big pad save there. She kicked that one out. Point blank opportunity. And probably the save of the game so far here as that pad came up on Lang, looking for the hat trick here tonight for Minot High. Oh, sorry, looking for her second goal here tonight for Minot High. Cope, Lang, and Hansen have the tallies for the Majettes. Cope's in. Pad save there on the shot. As going down and making the stop there was the Dickinson net keeper, Vagan, and she'll hang on to it with 8:45 left here in the second. Shots are now 24-3 in favor of Minot High. We always talk about the importance in programs like Minot High's to put some more points on the board to get more of the kids involved to build that roster and that depth throughout time.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, is just building depth. And you know, it's always a challenge in girls hockey to build depth. You know, over the years, you know, you notice some teams, you know, typically top teams always have that one line, you know, that one really good line. But you know, you gotta start building that depth from below and to be successful at the end of the year.
Puck's away on the far side wall. Tied up here. Trying to push it out are the Midgets, but it's Minot High back in with it. Fagerlund's got it underneath. Fagerlund moves it away here, back up to the point. Comes across there. And it's going to come down right in front of the goal. Puck is going to be handled here by the Majettes and in after it. Sent all the way back in. I'm on High's netminder. And Phelps goes down and makes the save. Puck comes away down to the Midgets. Up at center as it's taken away here and right back into the zone. Finneman. Finneman sends it down into the corner. Dravecki in after it for Minot High. It's taken here by the Majettes. They try to push it off ahead, but it comes back away now here to Kirsten. And Kirsten sends it up the wall. It's going to come all the way down to where we have an icing, and we will. That icing brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics. Financing options and free virtual consultations can be found at Prestwich Orthodontics. Visit them online, Prestwich, online at mineatbraces.com. That's Prestwich Orthodontics. Well, they got the music pumping in here tonight for this showdown, putting some energy into the venue. Maysa Arena here at Pepsi Rink holds around 2,400 people. Nowhere near capacity tonight. It's a light crowd in here for a matchup with no other home sports tonight in the Magic City.
Yeah, it is a Tuesday though, and
Phelps makes a save.
I tell you what, last weekend they had a nice crowd in here on Friday, so I mean that was the big benefit for Bar Down for Baker, and the team was able to raise over $8,000 for that particular fund, and you know it was a nice crowd in here.
Happy to hear that. Puck's away on the near side wall. It's going to be taken right at the blue line with the scrum continuing here. Scrum goes on. Minot High is going to come out with it. And away with the puck goes Garris. She moves it forward. Taken by the Midgets. They go up the wall on the near side. And here comes Decker into the zone. Leading point getter for the Midgets, Jenna Decker, down into the corner. Looking for point number 15 on the season. Puck's taken off the boards here on the near side. Vodova tried to push it out. Decker's got it back, and Decker goes down and deep, sends it out in front. Oh, nice defensive play in front of the net. Macy Burke took it away. It's pushed to center now, and here come the Majettes with Vodova into the zone. Drop back here, and onto the tape it went for Campbell Johnson. Just couldn't keep it in her reach. Vodova spins it back down, trying to go to Johnson underneath the net. Cope on again here for Minot High, trying to push at it. Comes back away now here for the Midgets, and around they go with Hendrickson. Sends it up to the near side line where it's going to be held in by Minot High. Now Cope has to recover, bring it back out into the neutral ice territory. Right back in come the Majettes. Hansen fires it towards the net. That one knocked down by the glove of the Dickinson goalkeeper. Comes back away now here to the Midgets, and they go to work here with Hendrickson. Hendrickson out to center. Right back the other way comes Minot High here with Erickson. Erickson off to Cope, into the zone. Cope sent it towards the net wide. We're down to 5:25 to play here in the second. Push free, Minot High's got it again. Going towards the net was Lang. Puck's taken away there, and the Midgets will ice it all the way down. We'll have a stop of the play coming here with 5:10 to play. In period number 2, Minot leads 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, and Dickinson's doing a pretty good job here in the last 4 or 5 minutes of really kind of just evening things out. The ice isn't tilted one direction anymore, and they're actually getting some offensive zone time and putting some pressure on, you know, and that's what they got to do. But, you know, they also have to take advantage of those situations, and they weren't able to.
Fagerlund sent it up to the point, held it at the blue line there by Dravecki. Puck stripped there at the line, and now it's sent out by Finneman, and Finneman sends it all the way down. Another icing here. Well, you'll take a look here at John Willert, the former Minot High Magicians assistant coach for boys high school hockey. I know you had the opportunity and privilege to play for Coach Willert back in your day. What do you remember most about that fine gentleman?
Well, you know, he was my defensive coach back in the day, and, you know, as a young kid, you think you know it all, but I remember a couple of times he made it perfectly clear that I didn't know everything, and it didn't take long for him to change my mind. So, you know, he was a good coach, and, you know, Coach Gary Sampson, you know, I don't have a bad word to say about either one of them, and, you know, Coach Sampson's in the Hall of Fame here, you know, in the rink, and rightfully so, and he'll probably go down as one of the greatest coaches in Minot High history.
Power play comes out for the first time tonight here for the Midgets as Caitlin Cope goes to the box on a 2-minute cross-checking call. 4 minutes, 38 seconds left here in the second, and the power play is out for Dickinson. Puck is going to be handled here off the draw. Minot High's got it. And they push out to center and shorthanded. They've got a 2-on-2 into the zone. Here come the Majettes. Fagerlund takes it down underneath the net. Puck lies back in behind. Brent Hansen there as well, scrumming for it. Fagerlund freezes it up over on the wall on the far side. Now she pokes it free. Now she just ices it on the wall. Nice play here from Fagerlund on the kill as the power play remains out for the next minute 33. Puck comes right out in front of Vagan, and it's going to come away here to Barch on the near side. Chipped it up off the glass, and it rolls back in behind the net where it goes to the far side wing. Puck's pushed free here by the Midgets. They go up now to Jenna Decker. Decker moves it in. Decker takes it down to the near side. Decker off the wall. Minot High's Barch clears. Sent back in. Now Fields got it. Fields starts the motor up to center. Here's Kinsey Fields. She turns the burners on. Short-handed. Field goes coast to coast with it. She's going to skate it down. And now it's Field that skates it all the way back up. Keeps it inside the blue line. Shuffles it back across. And it goes into the possession here for Burke. Burke underneath. Trying to get it off to Swearingen. Comes back away now to Swearingen. Up to the point for Barch. Barch sends it forward. Underneath, 40 seconds remain on the power play here for the Midgets, but it's Barch that's got it. She makes a fancy move onto her backhand, sends it out front. Stick save from Vagan there. And the puck's taken here by the Midgets, and they start the rush back the other way now with Rats. Rats moved it forward, comes to Swearingen, and Swearingen sends it over to the near side wing where she connects here with Macy Burke, and Burke's going to skate in with it. Burke shorthanded, fires one on, and a stop is made, but a power play will come of it, as this power play for the Midgets will not register a power play goal, and they will end up going 4-on-4 for the next 17 seconds. Nice heads-up play there.
Yeah, it was, that whole penalty kill was pretty fantastic. I mean, for the most part, Minot played in the offensive zone, and, it forced them to be a little bit more patient with it and make plays, and they had to be a little bit more perimeter, which isn't really what they like to do, or you don't want to see as a coach. You want to try to get into the middle of the ice and get some opportunities. But Minot High did a nice job of controlling the puck there, and was able to draw a penalty late in that power play because they had Dickinson trapped in their own end the whole time.
Colps out of the box. Minot High's power play comes back out. They're 0 for 2 here tonight. They had one in the first and one in the second. They have a minute 32 remaining right now as the puck comes back up to the point. Sent out in front of the net. Oh, that one went just wide from Kirsten. Minot High's been sharp on their passing here tonight at times in this hockey game. It's been impressive to watch. Legg sends it over back to Culp, fires it in off the goaltender's stick and up and out of play as Culp was gunning for her second of the game. Opportunity was there, but so was the stick from Olivia Vagan, the Dickinson netminder.
Yeah, nice opportunity, good puck movement. Peyton Lang does a really nice job of seeing the entire ice in the offensive zone, and that's about her fourth or fifth really nice pass down in there and setting Lang and Hansen up. And she's got a lot of assists to show for it. And, I know every player on the power play would like to have more goals, but, an assist is just as good. So
puck's taken by Ivanova here. Comes away down to the Midgets side of the cage, tied up right at the side of the goal. In after it was Hughes. Comes back away now here to Swearingen, and Swearingen sends it down into the zone. From behind, fired out, comes to the line. Fields got it, sends it in. Vagan saw that one all the way from the line, goes onto the pillows and hangs on to it. Minute 40 remains here in the second. 46 seconds remains of power play time.
Looks like Minot High is going to come right back with their top unit here and try to tack another one on before the end of the period.
Face-off won by the Majettes. Barch has it here. Sends it down. Trying to send it back out in front there was Fagerlund. Underneath the net it comes down here to Peterson. And Peterson trying to push it out. It will be held there by Barch. And now Cope pokes it free. Sends it away to the near side. Back up top. Here's Barch. She'll turn and fire. Save made by Vagan. Comes back away in the center slot. Still scrubbing for it. Down low. Here's a drive and another save. Underneath the net now. It comes away. Fagerlund back up now to Hansen. Hansen with a goal in the game. She breaks free, walks out. Hansen onto the backhand. Oh, what a save that was. What a play there from Hansen. That was fancy. And that will do it for the Minot High power play that now goes 0 for 3 in the game. Here with 55 seconds remaining in the second period. Cope starts the motor. It goes up to center. Dalen Cope will skate it down into the zone. Back in after it. Here is Hughes for the Midgets. She moves it free. Puck lays in the face-off circle. Now it's taken and launched all the way down. We'll have another icing coming here, brought to you by Hub International Insurance. Hub International Insurance for all your business and insurance needs, business and personal insurance needs. It's Hub International at 355-3100. You can talk to Josh Cattell and Michael Borman today at Hub International Insurance. Update from the Minot High girls basketball matchup at Bismarck. Number 4 Minot High leads Bismarck High 62-50 with 8:13 left in the second half.
A little miscommunication there.
Puck's back up at center here where it comes to Field, and Field will skate in with it. Field takes it down into the corner. Player down for the Midgets on the far side. Tabor, kids cut him down. 7 seconds, now 6, fired out front. Nobody home for the Majettes, and Swearingen up at the point, just chips it in. And we're through 2 periods of play here tonight, 34 minutes. And Minot High has mustered themselves up a 3-1 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Stick around for our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. When we come back, we'll break down the second period of play. It's high school hockey here on the PSP Network. The Majettes lead the Midgets 3-1.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chuppy Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Crestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman Esvold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibeto Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields, Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Legacy Financial Partners, the Bone and Joint Center, Ask Fitness, Thompson Larson Funeral Home, First Choice Physical Therapy, The Hoopster, KX News, Century Eyewear, 701 Realty, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Qdoba, Jersey Mike's Subs, Nathan Stremick Signal Realty, Eyes on Burdick, Chubby Health, Subway, The Beaupre Law Firm, Minot's Finest Collision Center, State Farm Paul Siebert, Minot Hockey Boosters, Prestwich Orthodontics, Hub International, The UPS Store, Planet Pizza, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Ackerman S. Fold, Premier Chiropractic, Vibetta Orthodontics, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Jerome's Collision Center, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, Sport Clips, Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors, ServPro, BNC National Bank, Shields. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
34 minutes in, 17 to go. Minot High trying to pick up win number 8 inside of conference play tonight. Midgets trying to pick up their first win of the season. 0-10 coming into the showdown tonight inside of conference play. They've got 3 wins against 19 U teams on the year. And it's a 3-1 game right now. Minot High is in the driver's seat. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Nick Hulberg, Tony Swearingen here on the call tonight. Tony, your thoughts on the first 2 periods of play here tonight? Minot High out shooting Dickinson heavily, 30-4, but this score is a lot closer than that first number would reflect.
Oh yeah, you kind of said it to me off air. You're like, well, we're controlling this, that's for sure. And I just kind of looked up at the scoreboard, and we're sitting here and we're watching this game and we're calling this game, and the longer it goes on like this, almost the more discouraged it becomes, because you want to see this team just explode. At some point, they've had their opportunities. They just need to figure out how to get the puck in the back of the net when it's not the top 3 players on the ice.
A challenge without a doubt. And that power play right now for Minot High, 0 for 3 in the hockey game, also a topic of conversation.
Yeah, that power play has been don't get me wrong, it's been doing great things. They've been moving the puck very well. They've been sustaining pressure, and they've had some really nice opportunities. Bryn Hansen had probably the attempt of girls hockey that I have ever seen with the reverse backhand as she cut through and across the front of the net, and those are the types of plays that those girls can make. You're wondering, like, when are they going to break through? When are they going to take the next step?
And give a lot of credit here tonight to Dickinson's netminder, Olivia Vagan. Boy, she's been busy here tonight. 27 saves on 30 shots. She's been the X factor here in this hockey game. If you're Dickinson right now and head coach Lance Knutson, satisfied with a 3-1 deficit right now, I'd have to assume, with only 4 shots on goal here tonight, what do they need to do here if they want to come out and get the next one and make this a game?
I can tell you right now, they're not happy with the fact that they're losing. No coach is ever happy that they're losing, but what they're accomplishing on the scoreboard currently, other than the shots on goal, I mean, they got to be very happy with where they're at right now in this game, because you get one lucky bounce coming out of the zone, or one lucky bounce in front of the net in the offensive zone, in this game it's a 1-goal game, and they're right in it, and against one of the best teams in the state, top to bottom talent-wise. So, I mean, I think this more lands on Minot than it does on Dickinson.
Let's take a look at the game reset right now after 2 periods of play, brought to you by Premier Chiropractic, focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Visit Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Kirk Mason, and Dr. Becky Perry-Dobries at Premier Chiropractic ND.com. Minot scored first and second in the hockey game. Taylor Cope got the thing started tonight. She got number 6 of the year. It was Peyton Lang that had the assist. Then it was Bryn Hansen on a goal-scoring streak, picked up number 7. Lang and Cope assisted on her tally. Dickinson, at 4:34 remaining in the opening period, got on the board with Alexis Hughes, and Hughes picked up her first of the season. She was assisted by Peterson. Into the second we went. Minot High got on the board as Peyton Lang netted a goal here for the Majettes. Lang on the season now has a team-high 8 goals on the year. She was assisted by Vadova and by Cope on the play. Wasn't Vadova.
It was Lang.
It was Lang that had the goal, 17 on the assist, and the other assist for Minot High, it was Garris. That's a 10, not an 18. I do apologize. Minot High's power play 0 for 3 in the hockey game. Dickinson 0 for 1 in the contest here tonight. Shots of the first period were 14-3 in the second. The shots were 16-1.
That's a good period offensively.
Yes, without a doubt. 15 saves in the first. 15 saves in the second, 12 in the first here for Vagan tonight. 2 saves in the first period tonight for Phelps, getting her first start from Minot High. She had 1 save on 1 shot in the second. We'll take a break on our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. When we come back, we'll get set and ready for our 3rd period of play tonight. Minot High leads 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors.
Time for our third period of play tonight. If you're just joining us, Minot High is in white, Dickinson in orange. 3-1 Majettes lead after 2 periods of play. Let's start our third, and we're underway from the Pepsi Rink at Maysa Arena for this third period. Third period tonight brought to you by Hub International Insurance and Northern Plains Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, it's Northern Plains Heating and Air. Taylor Colt brings it into the zone. She'll take it down into the face-off circle. Comes back here now for the Midgets, and they're going to push up to center where they skate ahead with Decker. And Jenna Decker skates in to the top of the circle. Comes down here for Peyton Lang. Right in front of the Zamboni door. Lang moves it up to Hansen. She's got Cope streaking. Here comes Cope. She's in all alone. Cope makes a move. Oh, she fanned on it. Rebound was left out in front, and another big pad save. 2 quick stops there for the Dickinson netminder.
Wonder if the ice was a little sticky there or something. That's not typical.
Puck comes away here to the near side and up to center ice. Taken there by Decker, and she just dumps it down. In after it here from Minot High, picking it up. Garris has it, and Garris makes a move up through center. Garris skates it up over the red line. She goes across the blue, fires it in. Megan makes a stop on the blocker side, and the puck is going to be held in here by the Majettes at the line, wherein to help is Field. Puck comes down underneath the goal line now, where it's wrapped to the far side. First one there after it for the Midgets was Vogelsang. Puck still tied up on the wall. Pinching in here for Minot High was Vanova, but out comes Britton, and Britton moves it ahead forward. And ahead it came, but it's taken and stripped there as the Majettes move it back through the neutral ice territory. Slind on the attack for Minot High here. Puck is going to come back into the possession for Minot High's Erickson. She goes back off now here to Burke. And Burke starts the motor into the offensive territory. She had to wait at the line to send it in. Minot High goes off to change 2 of 5. And the Midgets look to clear it out of their own end. They do here on the near side. They push up to center. On the retrieve at center for Minot High is Kirsten. Kirsten's got it, and Kirsten sends it off over to the far side wall. Puck comes back away down to the Midgets on the near wing. They try to move it off ahead. Comes away down to Vanova. And Vanova skates in with it. Vanova takes it off the wall on the near wing. Tries to send it to the corner. Ends up back at the line where it's going to be slapped in. That one off of Kirsten. And a stick stave is made there. Just about 3 minutes into the third period here tonight. Thanks for joining us on the PSP Network for high school hockey. Britt Hansen back behind the goal. Got it out to Cope, but it was chest high, and the puck's going to be taken off the glass and sent all the way down. Roller's going to come in on net, and Phelps will go down, and she'll make the save and hang on to it. 13 minutes, 49 seconds to play here in the third period.
Kind of a slow start here in the third. A couple of mishandles with the puck. It just seems like the ice is still a little bit damp, and the puck isn't moving the way you'd like to see it. But, Minot High seems to be moving the puck again, and once again it gets stuck down below the goal line.
I'm not exactly sure what the issue is with that here tonight, but it's been an issue during the boys' games as well. Puck comes away on the near side wall, trying to move it deeper into the zone. Come the Midgets. They're going to step out in front. Nice play. Another drive. Oh, backhander and a goal. That one comes away from hockey game as Peterson made that look easy almost. Peterson goes up and puts it into the net. And the Midgets are back within one.
Well, this is exactly what you didn't want to have happen if you're Minot High. You completely dominate a game. Can't quite get enough in the back of the net. Out shooting a team 33-5, and you're in a 3-2 hockey game.
Let's listen in. Timor will assist on the goal as Peterson puts it into the back of the net, and Kendall Peterson's got her 7th of the year, point number 12. And a 3-2 contest here at the Pepsi Rink at Maysa Arena.
Minot needs to answer fast.
I was just going to say on that last rush, the longer this game stays 3-1, the better off it is for Dickinson here in this showdown. And then they get a goal from Peterson, who made a fancy move, and then another, and then the backhand went upstairs to make it a 1-goal game. Puck's tied up on the wall near side. Both teams scrum forward, out with it come the Majettes, and now here's an on-angle shot, pad save. Back up to the line, comes to Field. She fires it off of traffic. Hit Minot High's Erickson, comes away side of the net, loose in front. Oh, they whacked at it, the puck's taken here and bumped up to center, where it comes back down to Field, and Field's got it. Field moves it back away on the far side wall, went up down to Hammer. Hammer sent it ahead forward. Right back come the Midgets at center. The Midgets have new life here, pulling this game within one. 5 minutes now into the third, as Vadova's got it. Vadova goes back over to the far side where she tried to connect with Burke, and Burke moved it ahead. Burke will just skate it into the zone now. Macy Burks into the offensive territory, sends it down. Stick save again there from the netminder Vagan. Vagan's been big here tonight to this showdown. 15 saves on 16 shots in the second. Minot led 3-1 at the break. Puck comes away on the near side, out with it. Vadova bounced to the circle, comes back away. Now at the line, smacked out of there by the Midgets, and down it comes here for Britain. Comes back into Minot High's possession. Drevecki's back with it, sends it up to center. That one's going to go too far in front of the tape there for Burke, and down for an icing, brought to you by our friends at the UPS store, located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store.
Yeah, and if you ever needed a goal out of your top line, now's the time. I've been saying how they need to get these other lines involved.
Service financial plan or planning for.
Try to get some scoring from other areas, but boy, oh boy, Minot needs a goal right now because Dickinson's coming, and it's almost like their energy level picked up here.
Puck's on the near side wing. Certainly did. Up to center, it comes for Lang. Lang's going to skate it down. Lang takes it coast to coast, fires on. Vagan with another great blocker save. Out of the corner, Bryn Hansen, backhander save, rebound side of the net. Oh, Cope was on the doorstep. She was knocking, and that puck went over her tape. Comes back away now here to Lang, goes up to the point, connects here at the line. That one off of Drevecki. Decker brings it out to center. Back with possession now for Minot High is Lang, and she turns it in her own territory. Goes up to Cope, and Cope skates in. Here's Taylor Cope with it. She walks down, tried to feed it out front to Hansen. Nice defensive coverage there from Rats. The tempo of this game has increased by a handful of notches here in this third period.
Yeah, it really has. And, now Minot's pressing and they're knocking on the door, and which is nice to see. Minot's had a couple of pretty nice chances on the doorstep, but they haven't been able to bury it. It's kind of been the story of the evening.
Puck comes away to the near side now, and off it goes for Kirsten. Sends it down into the corner. You often wonder at times the difference between the teams that end up elite and the teams that are mid-pack when it's all said and done, and their preparation level, even for matchups like this, where it's an 0-10 team coming in tonight, and you sit number 4 in the standings, and take all that with a grain of salt, not trying to offend anybody by any means, but you can see here in this third period now that Dickinson's brought it back within one. The compete level certainly seems to have risen just a bit here for the Majettes, even though they were out shooting the Midgets 30-4 at the end of 2 periods of play.
Yeah, now a real nice stretch pass by Dickinson there. Dickinson's going to start taking some chances here, and Minot's got to be careful.
Puck comes away on the near side. Up to center we go, where it's taken here by Barch. Barch will take it down into the corner. Barch is in after it underneath the net. Slind was in there after it. Couldn't get there in time, and the puck is going to be freed up the near side wall, where it's pushed back ahead now by Rats. All the way down it comes, and into the possession here for Slind again, as she takes it and moves it ahead up to center ice, where it comes into the possession now for Burke. Burke moved ahead. Vanova over the stripe, and then Vanova is whistled for the offsides. We're down to 8:39 to play here in the third period. Midgets are on the board with one here in the third period. Minot hasn't scored in the third. If you're just joining us, it was Kendall Peterson's 7th of the year. She was assisted by Tabor to make this a 1-goal hockey game here in the final frame tonight. Points are on a premium. You don't want to end up in an overtime situation by any means if you're Minot High here tonight. Dickinson will take what they can get.
Yeah, Minot High's ended up in 3 overtime games this year, and 2 losses in shootouts, and an overtime win by, with a nice shot against West Fargo. You and I did that game, and Kenzie fell with the shot from the point, but it hasn't. Now there's 8:23 left here, and if you're Minot, you kind of want to batten down the hatches, but at the same time, you don't want to get the girls too wound up because they got to play a little bit loose.
Puck comes back away now here to Hansen. Then it came up to Field. Then Colp's into the zone with it. Colp skates it down. Colp turned and fired. And Colp's got it underneath the net now. Defenseman without her stick. Comes back away to Colp. Colp sends it out front. Swearingen. She would have been right-handed. That could have been a different story for the Majettes. Taken here and sent in by Field. Down it comes around to the near side wall. Scrum continues here. Just inside the blue line with under 8 to play in the third period. Lang brought it out. Now Decker takes it. Decker's up over center with it. Decker, the leading point getter for the Midgets. Comes back away now here for Minot High, and with it, moving it forward was Erickson. Tied up on the wall on the near side. Finneman did a nice job there for the Midgets, and it comes back up to Decker. 1-on-2. Decker's into the zone, and Decker takes it here. She spins it back. Waiting for the trailers, taken away by the Majettes now at Fagerland. Goes up off the boards on the near side. Comes all the way back into Dickinson territory. I'm telling you, the pace of play from the second and first to this third is just a different hockey game completely. Could be the game plan coming in tonight here for the Midgets, and Lance Knutson possibly, or at least sharing that message that you got to give it everything you have here in this late portion.
Well, it's one of those deals where, do you save it early in the game and try to hang on and keep it close, in which they did, and then leave it all out here in the third period and try to make it interesting, which they have, and Minot's kind of back on their heels a little bit, and it's kind of disconcerting a little bit to see I wouldn't call it panic, but it's almost lackadaisical a little bit for Minot, and they got to get that figured out, because you can't do this against good teams. They'll bury you.
Puck comes back away up at the point. Here's a drive that comes just wide of the net. Shots are 37-5 here in this hockey game. Minot High with that advantage. But it's the Midgets within 1. Out in front, backhander coming. Vagan makes a save, and she'll hang on to it. They certainly have run into a hot goaltender tonight, and Vagan has been impressive here in this showdown. Olivia, the sophomore netminder, in our conversation for the player of the matchup here tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. That's without a question here this evening. Off the draw. Majettes with the puck. Hansen trying to walk out of the corner. Came down to Lang, and Lang's got it here. Lang spins back with it. Lang down to the corner out of Gretzky's office. Tried to feed it out front. All they did, and Cope just sent it wide again. Minot's had a couple of those point-blank opportunities here tonight. Just haven't been able to finish from right inside the goal mouth area. Puck comes back away down to Lang. Underneath. Lang's going to free it. Lang's going to walk out. Backhand. That one went to the glove side, just wide. Bump back in behind the net. Here comes Cope. That one went through her skates and away to the far side. It comes down for Britton trying to clear. Puck comes up to the line. Here's a drive in. Glove save again after it went off the stick. And hanging on tight to it, Vegan's got herself save number 36 on shot number 39 here tonight.
Yeah, she's played absolutely fantastic. She's done everything in her power. Now, you know, she's just kind of waiting on her teammate to get another lucky one.
Off the draw, puck is tied up in the circle, poked free, goes wide. Swearingen in after it. She's got Slid with her. Both their dads played at Minot High School. Puck comes back away over on the far side. You were after Ben Slid, though, weren't you?
Yes, I was, a couple of years.
Into the offensive zone, it comes down. Here's a drive, that one stick save. Off the rebound, comes again to Vegan, and she'll hang on to it again. And the Dickinson netminder here tonight sees shot number 40 here in this showdown.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Dakota Swearingen and Eve Slynn. They forced the puck out one way with knowing that Fallon had support. And they did a nice job of regrouping in the neutral zone and then catching them with a quick rush. And Fallon tried to make a far side pad shot for almost a pass nowadays in hockey. And it just didn't quite work out, but it was the right play.
Swearingen goes back to Slind on the wall, far side. Trying to take it back down in deep. Hughes took it there. Decker's trying to clear here for the Midgets, and now she's got a lane with a backhand. Can't quite clear the zone, but it's got a touch up now as it comes back away up at the neutralized territory. Taken here by Peterson, rolls it in on net, and Minot High's net keeper Phelps will hang on to it here with 4:23 left in regulation. At what time do you start thinking about a timeout if you're Lance Knutson, the Midget head coach?
Well, I would think it's got to be coming here pretty quick, probably next whistle. You know, with such a short bench, there's never really a bad time to take a timeout at the end of a game because, you know, you want to get it tied up as quickly as possible so that you can get back in your defensive shell. But we'll see what they do here. Last thing Dickinson needs to do is take a penalty, though.
Lang and Culp out with Hansen on its top unit. Comes back away up to the line. Shuffled back in by Kirsten. Underneath the net it comes. Under 4 to play in regulation. Buckle up tight. This one comes out front. Down to Culp. Backhander sent it wide of the cage, and it comes down to Lang. Lang's got it. The circle back to Culp. Sent it just wide of the one-timer. Culp bumps it back down to Hansen. Back to Culp. Underneath. Sent down front. Stick was in the way. Defensive coverage there again from Hughes. And Hughes might have just stopped Minot High's 4th goal from happening because there were sharks of the water out in front of the net to give.
Yeah, this top line's really done a nice job down low and working out from below the goal line. Looks like we got an offsides here. No, but they've done a really nice job, you know, working from below that goal line and really setting some nice plays up and getting some good passing. They're very crisp with their passes, and, you know, it's impressive to watch that top line work.
3:24 left here in regulation. Into the zone comes Decker out of the backhand. Decker tried to poke it past Phelps, and Phelps makes a stop there. That was a scoring opportunity for the Midgets. Comes back away down to Decker. Delayed call coming here on the Majettes. And a power play coming on a hooking call. The Midgets will get their 2nd power play.
And they are calling a timeout, which is the right call.
Power play coming here, the 2nd of the game for the Midgets. And now it gets interesting as the power play comes to the ice. Here with 3:08 left here in the 3rd period. Dickinson looking to see if they can stud number 4 Minot High here tonight on Minot High's home ice. Number 11 against number 10 in the state here tonight. The number 11 against number 4 in the state here tonight. Dickinson 0-10 on the year, looking for their first win of the season. They're about to force overtime if they can score on this power play.
I wasn't really thinking about the shots, honestly. It's just the shots came to me. Derek and Eric especially had some great drives, which led to some great kicks. Shout out to them. It feels good.
For you to come out here from a defensive effort against Eagle staff, you're way smaller than him. Obviously, how did you get yourself pumped up for that?
Well, Coach has a thing that says height doesn't measure heart, and I strongly believe in that. I got the heart, and it doesn't matter if I got the height or not.
That line, good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great job. I don't have the height, but I got the heart. That was a pretty cool sign right there by Jagger Gunville. Back up to you guys.
Yes, and now.
Well, buckle in tight. We're down to the thick of things now as the Dickinson Midgets get their second power play of the game, and it comes with 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in regulation. They trail by a goal to Minot here at the Pepsi Rink, Minot's home ice. Face-off controlled here by who's going to get it? Midgets are going to have it here. They try to work it ahead forward, but it's Hansen up to center with it. Hansen moved it ahead. Take it here. Hansen's going to get it back, and Hansen starts the motor into the zone 1-on-3. She's hauled up on the plane. We're going to skate 4-on-4 now as Hansen was taken down. And that power play situation that was out for 19 seconds has quickly changed in a hurry. And the 4-on-4 advantage will benefit Minot High School coming here.
Yeah, and Bryn Hansen drew that penalty all by herself. That was strictly because of her hard work coming up the ice and not giving up on a puck that was bouncing all over the place and forcing Dickinson to step up into a really bad situation. They had her surrounded, and one misstep there by a Dickinson player, and down she went. And Bryn's really good at drawing penalties. She's done it for years.
Puck comes away to the near side corner. Cycled down and now away with it come the Majettes, and Hansen had it here. 1:20 remaining of 4-on-4 time, and then 19 seconds of power play time will come for the Majettes. Field holds at the line, sent towards the goal. That one went wide. Back up top, Barch handles here. Barch is going to try to handle it, but it's taken out of the zone there as Decker pushed it free. Field back on the retrieve. Field moves it back to center. Out of the tape it comes. Here comes Hansen into the zone. Dropped it back. Cope center slot. Pad save. Rebound loose in front. Barch fires on. Oh, what a save there as that one goes into the catching mitt of the sophomore netminder for the Midgets. Her 43rd shot on goal here tonight, Tony, and she continues to impress.
Yeah, she has definitely been the difference maker for sure for this Dickinson team, and kept them in it and given them a shot here at the end of the game, and it's impressive to watch.
Any question that she's the player of the game here tonight?
It's hard to go away from her, that's for sure.
Puck's down and deep. Keep in mind that top line for Minot has been on the board 3 times here tonight, done all 3 of their tallies. Puck comes back underneath. Midgets are going to push up to center. They do here as they skate through the neutral ice zone, but it's taken away, and back in comes Barch. She brings it into the zone, takes it down towards the net, crashes right in. Stop is made, puck is loose. Out with it come the Majettes, and they've got it here. Calling for it there on the near side was Lang. Down to 1:15 to play in the third period. 5 seconds remains of 4-on-4 time. Puck comes back away now. Minot High back at full strength. And they'll be on the power play for 15 more seconds here as they push up into the offensive zone. Comes down to the near side. Down to 55 seconds to play. Puck sent up top, up to Field. She turns and fires, hit traffic. Puck's pushed out of there. The puck will come all the way back down to Field. 40 seconds to play here in regulation. Puck away to the near side wall, take it into the zone. Garris moved it forward to Cope. Cope's hauled up there. Puck is freed for the Midgets. Comes down to Ratz. She pushes it free. Comes back up to center. Final 30 seconds here. Minot High looking to pick up win number 8 on the season in the conference. Dickinson, if they can't score here, they're going to fall to 0-11 on the season. Puck back at the line where it was taken by Field. She moved ahead. Comes back now to Cope. Cope's got it. Kids got him down. We're at 10 seconds. Sent in front. Field turns and fires. Whistled wide. Hit the net. 4 seconds to play. And this one's over tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Maysa Arena. Minot High is going to get a 3-2 victory tonight. Final shots of this hockey game. 43 shots fired for Minot High. Only 6 fired for the Midgets here tonight. And I tell you what a performance tonight here from the Dickinson netminder, Olivia Vagan. She comes up with 40 saves in the game. On the other side, 4 saves in the hockey game in her first varsity start here for Phelps. Let's head to our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show tonight. Final 3-2, Minot gets the win.
You're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession? Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finra and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Oh, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
It's time for the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Now for a look at game stats and analysis. Let's go to the postgame show.
If you're a Midget fan tonight, a lot to be happy about in a 3-2 hockey game. If you're a Minot High fan, there's some distress after 0-10. Dickinson came to Minot tonight and made it a 1-goal hockey game. What a showdown that was here tonight. Olivia Vagan, the netminder here for the Midgets, makes 40 saves on 43 shots. Some late heroics coming from the Midgets' Peterson. Peterson picking up goal number 7 on the year, brought this to a 1-goal game, and it ends 3-2 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Welcome into our Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Whether you're planning for farm or business succession, or you're looking for a full-service financial plan, Planning Team Financial Advisors can help you along the way. At Shots Crossroads, home of the famous number 99. An early game tonight. We can get over to Shots Crossroads. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Order online, pick it up right at the front door of Shots Crossroads. Try the banana cream pie. What's your go-to at Shots Crossroads?
Number 99.
99, the famous number 99. It's Nick Hulberg and Tony Swearingen. I'm kind of all over the map at Shots, but I like the banana cream pie and I like the ham and cheese balls before the meal, banana cream pie after the meal, anything in between. I'm usually a breakfast guy. 2 eggs, sausage patties, hash browns with cheese, white toast. Ooh. My son's with me, Ike, or my daughter Nora. I hope that they don't eat all their pancakes so I can get a few bites of that too. Delicious stuff at Shots Crossroads. Tony, your analysis on this hockey game here tonight. I think the intro into the postgame show kind of says it pretty well. I mean, Dickinson's got a lot to be proud of here tonight, coming up to the Magic City and giving the number 4 team of the state a hockey game, even though the shots were the most lopsided I've maybe have seen in quite some time in high school hockey.
I'm going to start off by saying congratulations to Dickinson. That was a fantastic effort by their goaltender. They came in here with a game plan to keep it close and give themselves an opportunity at the end of the game. and they were able to successfully do that. Now that's going to make that 3.5-hour drive home a heck of a lot shorter and a lot more fun for those girls, because there were smiles on their faces when they were going through the handshake line. I mean, that was as close as they've come to beating a top team in a while this year. So kudos to them. Great job. Minot High did a lot of good things. They also did a lot of mediocre things. I think the biggest thing right now is they need to figure out what their identity is on their second and their third line, to get some cohesiveness so they can start maybe getting some production out of those girls, and once they do that, the sky's the limit for them, because their top line, Bryn Hansen, Peyton Lang, Taylor Cope, can skate with anybody. You got Sydney Barch on the back end, and even Kinsey Feld. They played a fantastic game tonight. So there are positives. Are they going to be happy with the 3-2 win against Dickinson? Probably not. They'll go back to the drawing board and try to figure some stuff out, I'm sure. But overall, a win's a win, and they got some points out of it. So that's a positive for them.
When you look at the standings after tonight's showdown, Tony, and those standings inside of North Dakota high school girls hockey look like this after tonight. Minot High was looking for some big points. They got them here tonight in a 3-game week, all on home ice. Minot High will move now up into that third place spot above Mandan as Minot High picks up 3 points here tonight. And they'll be sitting 5 back from Fargo North South. Davies, who comes here on Saturday, will be sitting 2 points in front of them. More will happen before that matchup on Saturday here this week, but that was a big win for Minot High tonight according to the standings, and what that means trying to track down one of those top 4 spots in the state of North Dakota.
Like we said earlier in the pregame show, every win counts, especially when you're building confidence coming into the state tournament. You're in the second half of the season now, and we've called a few games together, Nick, and this was kind of a blah game for them, but we've seen them go up against these top teams, and they've competed and taken them right down to the wire and beat West Fargo United. And I mean, that's no slouch of a team. And they got Mandan twice coming up on the schedule. So I mean, coming down the stretch here, this is going to be very important for them.
Big one coming up this week for Minot High. Jamestown's here on the 27th. That might not be as big as the one against Davies on the 28th, however. Next up here for the Dickinson Midgets, Bismarck Legacy will travel to Dickinson for a 5 p.m. That's Mountain Time on Thursday, the only game in girls hockey that night. Let's take a look at the game reset tonight, brought to you by our friends at Planning Team Financial Advisors at Schatz Crossroads. Minot started the scoring in the first period, 2:40 in. It was Taylor Cope that was assisted on the play by Peyton Lang, and the top 2 for Minot High get the thing rolling here tonight. Then it was a goal from Bryn Hansen. She continues her point streak. Lang and Cope had the assists on the play. At 4:34 of the first period, Dickinson got on the board for the first time here tonight. Alexis Hughes with her first point of the year. The sophomore from the back end fired one in to make it a 2-1 hockey game. That's how we ended the first period. It would be a 3-1 game at the end of 2 tonight because Peyton Lang got one of her own. Garris and Cope were in on the assist tonight for the Majettes on the third and final goal for Minot High. But in the third period, 8:33 on the clock, it was number 16, Kendall Peterson, her 7th goal of the year. She was assisted by number 14, Heather Tibor, and that brought it to 3-2, and that's where we stand when it's all said and done. Goaltender saves in this one, 40 out of 43 tonight for Olivia Vagan. Against some of the top players in North Dakota. Vagan was huge tonight for Dickinson. On the other side, getting her first start for Minot High was Phelps, and Phelps made 4 saves on 6 shots here in this hockey game tonight. Tony, let's look at tonight. So, by the way, power plays 0 for 2 for the Midgets tonight. Minot High ended up 1 for 4. Their last power play, that 4th one, was only 19 seconds long. Still counts in the record book as far as the power play stat. Time to take a look now at a couple awards we have to hand out here tonight. Let's start with our move of the game here tonight. Jobbers Moving and Storage brings you the move of the game here tonight in this hockey game. Jobbers Moving and Storage Whether you're moving across town or across the country, it's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online, jobberswarehouse.com. Saw 5 goals tonight, and we saw 44 saves in this hockey game. Is there one play that stands out to you as the move of the game tonight? I thought that third goal from Dickinson and the way Peterson dangled through the slot was pretty impressive. But Lang's goal, the third from Minot High, was a good one as well.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Lang goal, and I'll tell you why. Because if you watch that whole shift back, she was down in front of the net working and banging around, and she dug a puck out earlier in that shift out of the corner that started all that. She had a good shot that just missed. She tried to squeak it in there, and then the puck ended up coming back to her, and she was not going to be denied. So that would be my play of the game.
Congratulations, Peyton Lang. You've got our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Well, it's not often do you end up with 1 goal and 2 assists in a hockey game, and that's what happened tonight for Cope and Lang here in this hockey game. And not receive the MVP of the contest, but that's because the Dickinson netminder here tonight, we would be embarrassed if Olivia Vagan didn't receive that award here tonight. That's a clear cut to my mind.
You know, listen, that entire top line for Minot High could be walking out of here with the player of the game. There is no doubt about it, but what Vagan did against that top line and against the rest of this Minot High team, she deserves it.
100%. MVP brought to you by Sport Clips, where you can get the MVP haircut experience at Sport Clips in Minot and Bismarck. Sign in online with a hairstylist today. It's quick, it's simple, convenient, and they do a great job. Sport Clips brings you tonight's MVP. Congratulations to the Dickinson sophomore goaltender, Olivia Vagan, tonight's MVP. Tony, closing thoughts here tonight after Minot High takes down Dickinson 3-2 to improve to a record on the season inside of the conference of 8-2-2. They improved to an overall record of 8-4-2. Dickinson falls to 0-11 in the conference and 3-12 on the year. Closing thoughts from you?
Well, closing thoughts, Minot High, points are points, and as close as the standings are and as close as the state has been playing up to this point, just getting out of here with a 3-2 victory, that's huge. Dickinson, hey, you showed a lot of guts and maturity on the road and probably hung in this game because you're a goaltender, but holy cow, they had a couple nice goals too. That 3.5-hour road trip home isn't going to be so bad now. They got nothing to hang their heads about.
Partner, always great working with you. A lot of fun. Should we go over to shots and you can try that banana cream pie now?
Absolutely.
I hope you do with me. It's always great stuff. Big thanks to Tony Swearingen for helping me here tonight. Big thanks to all those sponsors that make these broadcasts possible on the PSP Network. Thanks to you, the fans, for watching tonight. Join us this week. More action coming up on the PSP Network. We've got a busy week, by the way, coming your way here on the PSP Network. Taking a look at that schedule. Tomorrow we'll have the Ice Time Show returning to the air. Scotty K Show is on tomorrow night as well. You've got BSC at United Tribes for basketball on Thursday. In men's and women's action, Friday we've got St. Mary's girls at Minot High for basketball, and then the boys, St. Mary's and Minot High, play the following night on Friday night. And then the East First West Wrestling Showdown comes your way on the PSP Network as well all day Saturday. I'll have the call of that for you from New Salem, North Dakota, coming up on Saturday. For Mr. Tony Swearingen, I'm Nick Hulberg signing off tonight from the Maysa Arena at the Pepsi Rink. Final one more time, 3-2, Minot gets the win. Until next time, please have a good night and God bless.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7, pressure, points, yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.